Amanda, do you know how to French braid?
I don't.
Can you show me what you do know about French braiding?
Well, I know that when you French braid or regular braid, you have to divide the hair into 3 sections, but after that, I have no idea what to do.
Okay, well, I can teach you how to French braid.
Sounds good.
I'm going to tell you the steps of French hair braiding. Awesome. The first step is you're going to brush your hair so you can rid the hair of any knots or tangles that could be present. The second step is you're going to gather the hair at the top of the head, right about here, and divide it into 3 sections. The third step is you're going to begin to braid. You're going to start by crossing the right section under the center section, and then the left section under that center section. Step 4 is when you begin to add the hair from the sides of the head to incorporate it into the braid you initially started. Step 5 would be to add the hair on the opposite side of the head into those strands. Step 6 would be repeating steps 4 and 5 all the way down to the nape of your neck. Once you do that and go and you braid to the end of the hair, you're going to secure it with a hair tie. Now I'm going to give you a break and let you process the steps I just told you. Then I'm going to have you repeat them back to me. Alright?
Now on Mackenzie's hair, I'm going to show you how to do steps 1 and steps 2. Okay, awesome. So for step 1, what you're going to do is you're going to take your subject's hair and you're going to brush it to rid the hair of any tangles or knots that could be present before you start the braid. Okay. The second step is you're going to take the hair at the top of the head, about this much right here. You're going to make sure it's not tangled when you take it apart. Okay. Then you're going to separate it into 3 sections. Okay. You can separate it into a right section and keep the right section in your right hand. Okay. A middle section, and then a left section that you keep in your left hand. Okay. Now we're going to take a break so you can process this, and then we'll have you do it. Now that you've had time to process the steps that I just showed you, can you repeat step 1 to me?
Yeah, so what you're going to do is that you're going to take a brush and you're going to brush your subject's hair out because you want to get any knots or tangles that may be in your subject's hair out before you start braiding.
Okay, good. Now can you proceed to step 2?
Yeah, so for step 2, you're going to gather the hair at the top of the head and divide it into 3 different sections.
Okay. Okay. And then once you divide the sections, I'll let you gather the hair first. Okay. Good.
Is this a good enough piece?
Yep. Now you want to make sure that the hair underneath is not tangled or caught in the section that you're starting with.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Okay. Now you're going to divide the section that you have into 3 smaller even sections. Okay. Now keep that section in your right hand. And that section in your left hand. Okay. Good. Okay, so at our last session, I showed and explained to you steps 1 and 2 for French hair braiding.
Yes.
Can you demonstrate those steps and explain them to me?
Yeah. So your first step is that you're going to brush your subject's hair out to rid the hair of any knots or tangles that may be in the hair.
Okay.
So, okay. And then the second step is that you're going to gather the hair starting right here on the head, and then you're going to divide the hair that you have into 3 sections.
Okay. Now don't forget to make sure it's not tangled underneath. Good.
So you divide this into a right section, a middle section, and then a left section.
Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to take a break, and then I'm going to explain and demonstrate steps 3 and 4.
All right.
Okay. So I've already completed step 1 by brushing her hair, and I've already completed step 2 by gathering the hair at the front of her head and sectioning it into 3 sections. Now for step 3, I'm going to begin to cross the sections and begin a braid. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the section in your right hand, and you're going to place it under the section in the middle, so your right strand becomes your middle strand. Then you're going to take the strand in your left hand, and you're going to place it under the strand that is in the middle, so now that becomes your middle strand. Okay. For step 4, before you continue braiding, you're going to add section to the piece that is now in your right hand. So you could take your pinky and place it over by the subject's temple and pull it back to about the center and add it in with the section on the right. And that's what you're going to do for right now. Okay? Okay, now that you're at step 2 and you've completed that, can you explain steps 3 and 4 to me?
Yeah. So for step 3, you're going to end up crossing the sections of the hair. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this right side piece and you're going to cross it underneath the center piece, so you have a piece that looks like this.
Okay.
And then for step 4, you're going to cross the left section underneath the middle section that you already have.
Correct. Like this. Now, as a tip, you're going to want to make sure that you're holding the strands tight so it doesn't become loose. Okay. Okay. There you go.
So now you're going to add hair from the right side of the head into the right strand, starting from the temple area. So you're going to take some hair like this, and you're going to add it into the right strand.
Good. Now, as another tip, you're going to want to make sure when you add hair that you're doing even sections on both sides.
Okay.
At our next session, we're going to continue by taking hair from the left side. At our last session, we ended on step 4, which was adding hair from the right side to the strands you already have. Now, step 6, you're going to gather hair from the left side and add it to the left strand that's in your hand. You're going to take your pinky at about her temple and pull the hair all the way back and add it to the section. All right. Now, for step 6, you're going to take that strand and place it under the center strand that you already have. And then again, you're going to repeat step 4, and you're going to add hair from the right side again. Then you're going to continue this all the way down to the nape of her neck, then continue to braid until the end of her hair. And then step 7 is you tie it off with a hair tie.
I've completed steps 1 through 4. So I brushed Mackenzie's hair, I've gathered hair at the top of her head, I have started to cross the sections, and I've added hair from the right side of her head. So for step 5, I'm going to start by adding hair from the left side of her head into the left strand that I have. So I'm going to go down towards her temple, and I'm going to take hair like this, and I'm going to add the section into the left strand. And then I'm going to take the left strand and I'm going to cross it underneath the center strand that I have.
Good.
And I'm going to continue steps 4 and 5 until I get down to the nape of her neck, and then I'm going to continue with a regular braid.
Good. Can you perform 2 French braids on Mackenzie's hair without having to restart?
Yes, I can try. Okay, so I'm brushing Mackenzie's hair out to rid the hair of any knots. So now I'm going to gather a section of hair at the top of Mackenzie's head. And then you're going to want to clear all this out so that this isn't all tangled. Okay. And you're going to divide it into 3 sections, 3 equal sections. Okay. So now you're going to cross the right section under the middle section, then the left section under that middle section. Okay. And now what you're going to do is you're going to add hair from the right side of the head at the temple area to the right strand, and you're going to cross that under the middle strand. And then take hair from the left side, same as the right side, and put it into the left side of the hair. And then you're going to cross that under the center section. And you're just going to keep completing this until you get down to the nape of the neck, and then you're going to regular braid once you get down there, and then tie it off with a ponytail.
Okay, 3 days ago we finished learning the steps of French hair braiding. I'd like you to perform a French braid on Mackenzie's hair.